Good morning, combine lovers. So obviously the sun's come up a bit now. Just going to do a little bit video. Matt and Simon is at the controls of the old 400. So taking the valve block off of it for his machine. The what is it you got? You got a 400, didn't you? Yeah. So you got a nice 400. One of his few of that type of Massey that he's got. He's obviously got a problem of his valve blocks falling apart inside, so we're going to try and get this one working. Fortunately the parts are there, it's just got to hope that they do work once we get them, once he gets them back. Yeah, just talking. I just thought I'd mention, if I ever post, this, my channel's like sort of not meant to sort of interfere with anybody's stuff, so I always try and not stand on anybody's toes to upset people. But like, I had quite a good friend, what I consider to be quite a good friend of mine, sort of getting a strop with me about stuff that I posted on the channel now. As far as I'm concerned, if somebody's my friend, or even if they're not my friend, and somebody that I've come across through doing my channel, if anything that I've posted is a problem to you personally, then please just come and tell me. It's not like I'm getting offended or whatever. I don't deliberately do stuff to upset people or anything like that. It's just not what I'm about. I've just got no interest in doing that. So if I've posted something that is invading your privacy, just tell me, drop me a message or whatever, and I'm more than happy to take the video down, because my channel isn't about making money personally for me or anything or benefiting me. My channel is for people, like-minded people who like old combines or combines in general, to enjoy combines and share our passion for them. So to be honest, if somebody doesn't come to me and talk to me about it and tell me about it, well, to be honest, there's not really a lot I can do. There's no point getting in a strop with me behind my back and telling everybody else about what I've done without telling me, because it doesn't, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, if you've got a problem with me, that's fine, it's a shame, but there you go. You're best off sort of sorting it out together, but there you go. Anyway, back to the combines. So we've got a few, I think I've shown these before, burnt out old Lexan there. John Deere 1177, I think, that one. All these combines probably come in here in relatively good nick, I would imagine. I've seen quite a few good old combines come in and out of this place. There's a Dominator there, so I know it's a 1085. Actually, just for people's awareness, I know somebody who's got a 1085 for sale. Quite, it's not immaculate, but it's and he's happy to take less than scrap price for it, just to keep it alive. Yeah, so if anybody is interested, it's in the Forest of Dean area, I think, around that area. But yeah, so drop me a message if you are interested, and I'll put you in touch with him. But turn around, you look over there, look. There's a Laverda combine, look. There's a couple of birdies. Oh, I can hear my mate struggling a bit, so I'll give him a hand. Pause the video first.
These don't like coming out.
Watch your knuckles. Yeah, it's lovely when the spanner goes and you rip your knuckles open. Crushed my thumb the other day. It's grown back a little bit now.
Yesterday.
Yeah. Doing the suspension on can't remember what it was. I was using a pry bar like that, had it in the wishbone, holding the wishbone down, trying to get the lower ball joint into the bottom of the shock absorber, and the pry bar slipped open, and the wishbone flicked up and squashed my thumb and ripped the side of my nail off. Yeah, it was a bit of a squeal there. Yeah.
You can take them balls off.
Oh yeah, 2 seconds. That's the village of Bishop's Itchington there, look. They've got a nice view of a combine scrapyard out their window, look. What a lovely view that would be every morning. There's some kind of machine coming. It's making progress. What do you reckon it is? A Force Major, I reckon. Oh, mini digger. Oh, it's coming in here. Hey, it's dump truck. That was the boss man himself. Yep. Busy hard at work. I remember when I used to work here back in the day, none of this was, all this was just an open field, and you used to have combines rode up here, the road dominators like 5, we used to have them where those lorry trailers are, I think. I think there was a couple that used to actually be a gleaner just over here, but obviously that's long gone now. But we had a row of dominators. I'd get the first one, strip it, check it through, order the parts, strip it out, obviously as I was going, strip it out, and checking all the bits, order all the bits I need, leave it all sat there ready, get the next one. While I was waiting for the parts to come, strip out the next one, order the parts, and then sometimes get another one. I tended to have like 3 in a row, so while I was waiting for parts, I'd either be stripping out or rebuilding. So obviously at some point when the parts come, I'd start rebuilding the one, so that it was like a 3-way. I found a 3-way process. He used to, we didn't run any of these. He got rid of all these by the time he did. Years ago he had Senators and these, it's when he started. But then what I used to work on was these, the 96s and the 86s and 88s and 98s. But generally I did the old ones. He had a TX34, he only had one TX34. The only one New Holland, which I really liked, but the other lads were used to the Dominators and they really liked them, so I used to, it was on a smelly old pig farm, and they used to send me up there, and yeah, they had I managed to convince them to keep a Massey 40 come in, and it basically was destined to scrap, but it was alright, and I managed to convince him to keep that, so he had a 40 for a while, which I wasn't really a massive fan of that, really, because I wasn't used to it. But the electric box on it was like somebody poured half a dozen tins of spaghetti. All the wires were yellow with little numbers on them, if I remember rightly, but I know they were all yellow. You had to read the code to find out which end where it went to, which is alright if you've got a decent vision. But you just spy out some little combine spot. And look, there's that'll be a Deutschfahr top liner, Look, it's a Cyclops combine. Look, it's got the light right in the middle of the cab. That's a John Deere 970, I would imagine. A couple of old Masseys out the back there. No New Hollands really. A bit of red, mainly green. Yeah, I can't really see many New Hollands. Ah, there's a TF there. There's a 1530 just in there. Look. There's a little 133, I reckon that is there. I'm stood on a Massey 865. Yeah, there's a couple pair of Dominator. Oh look at that, Dominator 80. Look, not many of them about. They're there. So the first one that Dominator that come out was a 100. This is the 80 that come out later, so slightly smaller. But these, I mean, that was the start of the Dominator era, which went on for quite some time. So this was early 70s, sort of 71, 72, and the Dominator's range was still, I'm trying to think, I suppose early 2000s, when, you know, eventually they were superseded by the Lexan. Another TF there, 78 Electra. I'll tell you, that's got the big Merc engine. I was an early one by the look of it. I'll tell you what, I remember I went to Fordson 500 and there was a TF76, which was actually the smaller one. And you could climb up the back steps in the video. You could look around the whole fair from the back. And I was so impressed with the engine size on it. An immense combine. The TF70 Electra, the early ones had the fibre optic cables and the canvas networks. They had like tiny little fibre cables. I still got the label on my jumper. Yeah, which send you know, each part of the combine's got a little electronic station, like little brains, and then they all talk to the central brain. Got a cruiser coming up. Anyway, beautiful. I'll get down and give him a hand. Try not to slip. I found out I was scared of heights because I used to stand up straight. In fact, one day I nearly died. It's good to keep going on, but I might as well tell a story. I was stood on top of a New Holland 8070 or something it would have been, because we used to send quite a lot of them abroad. It's a shame really, because they're really good combine and they all disappeared to India and places like that. But I was stood on top and there was the crane they used to use for moving it all into the containers, and I was stood on top of the combine. I think I might have been cleaning it or something, and I bent down to pick something up, stood up, and I noticed the jib of the crane had gone past me like that, straight over me. And then I looked at the driver of the crane and see that he was looking where the crane was going, not where the crane was. So he was, if I hadn't bent down to pick up that spanner, he'd have wiped me off the top of the combine. Oh man, I've seen some dangerous stuff in here. So, yeah, I won't go into it. But yeah, right. David Attenborough as well now. Right, see you later. I'll show you some more combines. Yellow swirl, look. Good looking combines these. I remember used to be one at a place called Syresham, Crowfield actually, just up the road from where I live. And when I was a kid, we used to go over to, when my parents were going to Northampton, there was one of these packed in the shed. I don't know exactly what number it was. It was either a 400 or 500. But I always remember the nice round bonnet and the yellow swirl on it. Really good looking combines. Dominator 80, Dominator 85, that's the one I was just stood on, and the 86, well, the 860, oh no, it's a 750, I correct myself. I remember tilting the cab forward on one of these. Dickie, Matt, the boss's son, was tipping one forward, and there's little. It was on it was on one of these actually, and you tip the cab forward to be able to work on the engine, and there's little wires that bolt and hold the cab, stop it from forward, and whoever had done it before hadn't bolted it on, and Dickie was like, quick, you can just see the wire there, look, on that one. And Dickie goes, quick, it's not tied on. And we was just like, I rushed up there as quick as I could, and the cab went on the front elevator. And I, of course, got a bollocking when I got back. Well, there was not a lot I could do about it. It was one of them things that the person who'd done it before hadn't done it properly. But there you go, still the joys of working on combines. Look, that's Clayson not an M140, a 1540 that is. Lovely old combine. Clayson, I think this is yeah, I was right, an M133. I could tell by the shape of the grain tank. You see, the 135 had a little bit of an extension on the grain tank at the top. The M140 was slightly wider. You didn't see many 140s. We don't see many of these anymore. So the 133 didn't have hydrostatic steering. Whereas the 135 was a better machine, really, because these had quite heavy steering apparently. Yeah. I didn't find them very comfortable. Big old Dominator, look. Actually, I tell you what, that's you don't see many of these without cabs. Yeah, there used to be one at Hulse without a cab. Not a lovely old John Deere, look. Just gonna have a look at this John Deere. Lovely old yellow reel, beautiful combine. Look at that. What a lovely combine. Such a shame. There's a Senator. Yeah, 985, that's the big one. That was the big one for the range. I like the shape of the cab. Yeah, do you know what? I'd be quite happy with a nice one of them. I really would. Lovely combine. Nice yellow reel on it, not the early ones. There's a Senator as well. All the walkers pulled out of it. I miss my dog, my poor little dog. He was a beautiful dog. Such a sweet little creature. Such a shame that they don't live very long. There's a, oh look, there's a New Holland that came later, after the 500s, 510s. They're nowhere near as good looking, all square and that. They ruined them there. There's a Dronenberg. Dronenberg combine. Senator 60. TX34. I wonder if that was the one I used to work on. Yeah, Mark used to run a TX36. So he used to have a Ford badges on him, you see. When I did my apprenticeship, I said to the bloke I was in the apprenticeship with, they'd been working on them years. I said, oh, they used to have Ford badges on them. I don't remember that. Well, they did. They used to have the Ford badge just there, look. It's been pulled off this year. So I did actually just say that this is a TX. And I'll correct myself because it wasn't a TX, it was a TF. A TF46 by the look of it. Twin flow. There's a John Deere 1075. There's the other side of that 1540. Alright, I'll get back to you in a minute. I'm going to take some photos. Yeah. Show some people that might be interested. Go trip over the headers. There you go, look at that. Oh, 965, sorry, correct myself. Do you know what? 965H would be an absolutely superb combine to have. There's a 940, that one I think is. Senator, another 1000 series Dominator there. You see they've got a nice shaped cab there. Like, you got like the bottom screen there, so you can, dust doesn't settle on it, you can see through to the header. Yeah. I won't go through there, just save my energy. Very nice look, lovely. Yeah, Martin was saying that this combine is actually an early one with apparently grey wheels and wooden reel slats. So 8-foot header, you know, this would have been quite a nice, well, it is quite a nice combine, but it, you know, if it was in good condition it would be a really nice one, but being an early one with the wooden reel slats, you know, it's not something that I would have noticed because I'm not all that clued up with these, to be honest. I know a bit about them, but obviously Martin and a few other lads, Colin and you know, there's a few other people that they know quite a lot about these. There's a lot to be known. Look at the size of the drum on it. I mean, look at it. You know, 1962, that sort of era. You know, if you had a 400 like that, you were doing really well, and you know, impressive machine. You know, if you turned up to a farm with that to do some contracting, you looked a boy. But then, you know, like with this, it looks like a dead Yeti in the cab. Look. Even though this combine is probably a Lexan 400, 460, you know, a big combine, very big combine, even now still really. But you know, nothing compared to what the later series. You know, class have moved on a lot since this, and but look at the size of the drum. They've even got a massive hole in the side there where you can draw the drum out through the side of the machine. Look. I remember rebuilding one of these from my friend Stuart Hancock. We had all this out, a whole lot out. You could literally climb right through it. We had grain pan out, walkers out, sieves out, the sieve box out, APS drum, concave, rear beater, you know, the whole lot out. We changed the walk bearings. And then a little while later, and I think in some respects he kind of regretted it. The local farmers got it, and I don't, you know, people don't, you know, I think, oh, you got her off. You do well to buy a combine that you know what the work that's gone into it, because, you know, you buy a combine, an old combine, generally you know, people sell a combine because the combine might be getting on a bit, you know. Very few people actually do a full service on a combine and then sell it. You have to do all that yourself. So you do all it, you know, if you can buy a cheap one and you know you've got the wherewithal, do all the work yourself, you know it's done properly then. Let's have a close look at this. So fortunate harvest to pick up.
I just took my shins off.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oof, yeah.
Fella ladder,
be
yeah.
careful, quite easily flipping do yourself mischief with these good combines. 84300 engine. Don't fit in anything else apparently. Do you know what? Massey and all their infinite wisdom made it so you can't.
Every one of them, actually. Every one of them.
You know, you can't get the bloody engine. You can't get the.
To take the dash out.
Yeah, you got.
Take it all to bits. Just to get head off.
Oh, can't turn it around. You know, the lovely combine when it's working, but when it breaks down, they're a pain in the ass. Well, that's like most combines, to be honest. But I think these were pretty good, eh? You know, lovely. So there you go. I've got about a minute left on my recording thing, so I'll have to delete some videos. But have a look at this. Look. There you go. Look. That's called the header. Right, bless you all. I'll catch you in a little while, maybe. Yeah, see ya.